Right, so so I'm just back from Dumfries, right? So I got off the train and cycled. I'm on the way to work. I was thinking there. So what I had two hefty glasses of wine before I left, then a dragon soup on the train, and another one. Remember I said everything in moderation, including moderation. Well, let's go crazy, right? Let's get drunk, right? Turn up to work and see if my brother even knows it. So I think the trick is if I've got the shades, right? If I've got the shades, you'll be able to tell. That's a skill, innit? Pretending to be sober when you're drunk. It's just like a wee pep talk. Go to work and go, right. He'll just think it's the endorphins and the buzz and the intoxication and hard work that's making me act a wee bit drunk, because he's noticed that I've been a bit, Dave's a bit more bubbly and a bit more energetic, you know. So, that would be a skill, wouldn't it? Imagine if you're like an actor in a film, right, and you're drunk and you're pretending to play someone that's pretending not to be drunk while drunk when you're drunk, and variations of that. That would be difficult, wouldn't it? That's a skill. But I think it would just get to the paralysis analysis stage, wouldn't it? With the, the infinite regress. Too many, so many ways that we can play with this glorious plasticine ball. So it'd just be like, it would take the director to say, nah, just kind of don't overly think it, because you're not capable. I think you'd be reaching your limit, wouldn't you? Pretending to not be drunk whilst thinking, you have to write down different variations of that, and the director would just say, right, you just play it like straight, with a wee bit of, stuff like that. But as I say, perfect preparation prevents poor performance. He who fails to prepare... Start that again. Perfect preparation prevents poor performance. He who fails to prepare should be prepared to fail. First attempt in learning any great achievement starts with the decision to try. You tried, and that is why you failed. Any other different iterations of that? Put in your comments below. Add to the conversation. I noticed someone's online. That's a glorious mystery. Not a mystery. That's a glorious... if I could just quote Michelangelo Beto, right? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you go there in your mind, like you've got 1 million people watching you right now, then that will up your level. And if I'm doing this, thinking that like 100 people are watching me, it's the same shit. If they don't watch it, if you in your mind believe that that's happening, then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I think I've proven that to the nth degree as the greatest motivational speaker in the history of Dumfries, Mr. Action Man. I think I've proved that time and 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 time again. So I think Michelangelo Beto was right. So there's no time to waste now. It's like, right, we're doing this now. Whatever we're doing it, and we're doing it with that high elevation, high status that we've, again, what did I say? I've come up with some great shit. I came up with remember that I came up with that Einstein quote that I didn't even know was an Einstein quote. So I guess I must be no far off genius level, maybe about 210 to 220 on the Mensa scale, whatever it is, But again, if you tell yourself you're... I said that to my brother years ago. We could talk about 1,000 million things to do this. It's really quite enjoyable. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it's my fucking page. And I could put this on YouTube, and some person might discover it, and then it might go out. They might go, oh, share this. And then, of course, appeal to authority. This person says it's good, so these dummies have got permission to like it. Oh. That kind of thing. So I could literally just spiel. See if I did take gold moments from all this stuff, right? Take all the gold moments, right? And edit them all together. I think I would come up with and just call it the best of Dave, I would come up with some good shit, high energy, high, good wisdoms, good knowledge. But speaking on the Einstein thing, you know, what was the quote I came up with? The rest is just detail. Right, I mean, that's no like I've written the entire... I didn't come up with MC Hammer, MC squared, EMC and equals MC. But there was a few other things. The one that I'm quite proud of is never underestimate the placebo effect of self-delusion. Where you could break that down. You go, there's no self-delusion, it's just belief in yourself or belief in something. And then you see these YouTubers talking about it, and I go, fucking hell. Fuck's sake, I've been pulled into the swamp, depressed, because I came up and talking about it, and why isn't anyone getting this? And then 2 years later, you see these folk talking about it, and you go, oh, Jesus, I'm dipping into these YouTube channels to discover things that they discovered later than I did. I'm like, fuck off. So that's why I'm now going, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, with people that are like down there at the bottom of, to quote myself, at the bottom of Everest, try to diminish me when I'm nearly at the top of Everest with certain things, you know. So it's, you know, it's kind of like COVID and the whole lockdown thing. I was like, now, as we're at now, as I say, you look around, you see a bunch of boys, the way they're walking down the street, they've not got that kind of purpose about them. They've not got that, apart from folk like Ross McMillan, who's been living up over in Italy and France and cycling, living the dream like I was in COVID, you know. He's training every day. So he's like, fuck this town. There's a few folk that are actually, you know, sure there's like business people, tradesmen, folk like that. They get up in the morning, they've got something to get up and do, you know, they've got a purpose, you know. But as I say, the furloughed thing, I was like, working hard every minute of the day, literally every minute of the day for like 2 years in various areas. So then you come out of it, you go, I don't want no... I notice, for example, that some of the people in the bike pass, there's a higher number of people training. I think my influence has helped that somewhat. I'm not deluded that I did that single-handed, but I had some influence to increase the number of people that are doing physical exercise, number of gyms. Obviously, they put the bike pass in for me at Janefield, and they put, you know, stuff like that, right? But I'm almost like, what's the adjective, or what's the, you know, to say, I felt like I'm not letting these chumps, I didn't want them to overtake me and feel like resentful, the fact that, oh, I taught them and I got, you know, and then they're catching up to me. Now's the time to go. I need to be totally, it's freed me so much to see other people doing what I've been doing, and I'm going, no, I can't let myself go. I've got to up it, because when you're vibrating at that high level, yeah, boom, 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 work, next thing, train, boom, right? Keep that going. Didn't let myself go, oh, you're tired. No. I'm at that high level where I can train extremely high level. And again, it's not just about it's working harder and smarter. So it's taking what we've done, slightly modifying it in order to, as I say, I'm not focused on what other people do. I'm constantly focused on, I've got to make sure that people don't catch up to me. No, it's about me, but there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of, that galvanizes me to keep being that guy so I can be better than what I was before. Anyway, this is quite a nice drink. What else? A lot of times when I've been talking, keep speaking your truth, Dave. Yeah, I did. I think that one that I did with the rapping thing at Tesco before going up to Glasgow, I think that was off the chart. You tell me anyone, I didn't write this shit, but you tell me anyone in Dumfries that's demonstrated that level of focus, that's demonstrated that level of verbal dexterity. I did all of them, and then, you tell me anyone that's done that. That speaks to what I'm talking about. So again, I think it's time to up it. Not go, oh, I've done that, so rest of my laurels. You know, it's time to learn new stuff. Learn new skills, up the skills that I've got. You know, look the same the bar chart. You've got all different areas, and they're all different weak areas, strong. Right. What we do is, as Michelangelo Beto said, when you work on your strong areas, your weak areas get better. And it's all, you know, cross contamination, cross. Different, like I proved that you get fucking brilliant at the cycling, you take that to the next level, takes the single-minded focus to that level, we can do the rap stuff, boom, 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 just easy, 5, 6 off the top of my head without even trying, right? So I think writing a whole album, maybe not a rap album, because that's not really been I've not really been influenced, I don't really have the knowledge on that, but in terms of, again, it works the muscle, doesn't it? It works the muscle. It works the muscle, doesn't it? It's you that's online with me. Nice to see you, Alex. It works the muscle. This is what, working with the training increases the mental clarity, mental focus, and nice to see you commented there, right? And then it's a feedback loop, so that helps the other thing. See the way I'm talking now, again, some people would look at me like, you're fucking crazy. What, sorry for being more intelligent and you more switched on. Being intelligent and talking laterally and, try to find, try to discover new things and thinking sort of in a more progressive way in order to develop certain skills in certain areas in order, all that, to me, that's positive. And again, what I should do is a wee shrine of influencers, people that I've looked up to, and just a wee prayer in the morning, just look at, Michelangelo Beto, David Icke, Evel Knievel, Arnie, and these top actors, and some local folk as well, and and just look at them all, and you go, that's what it's about. And remind yourself, and you go, fuck the people try to pull you down what you're doing, because, if you feel like you're winning, it's like, if you feel good, how can that be wrong? If you feel good, if you feel the development and that's building me up, that's progressing me, I feel good about myself, it's quite cool. That's not a crime, is it? So, centering yourself. But anyway, I'll just finish with this because I need to get into work. There's a nice mushroom, let's have a look at mushroom. Hey! There's loads of pantherinas at work, you see loads of bites taken out of them. Quite funny, that's why the deer act crazy, because they're high on mushrooms the whole time. But anyway, I'll read your message properly, Alex, after, but it's at least it's nice you've contributed there. That'll help the algorithm. Well, fuck. That's the thing with YouTube. See, when you feel like your willingness to, you're trying to share this stuff and you're giving it out and it's overflowing. And then you get like 2 views on your YouTube channel. That just galvanizes me even more, and then it spills it. You end up sending your shit to folk that you wouldn't think to normally send it to, because you go, what's wrong with folk? Come on, go on. You can't argue with this. You can't argue with the quality. There's at least something in this, is there no? But again, appeal to authority. Some people, the only thing people hate more than the truth is the person telling it. So I'm not allowed to say something cool. Even if I was quoting it secondary from someone else. It's like what you were saying, Alex. I'll speak to what you were saying, right? When you were saying, you've said some really profound, important things, because you know your philosophy. You know a lot of areas more than folk give you credit for. Intelligent person, and it's funny, and like I was saying to someone else, you can talk to certain people. And you could be saying the most amazing, cool thing, and it would just go right over the top of their head, and you go, it's like, slow down. That's what they'd say to you. If you were even if you'd communicated it properly, coherently, and actually slowed it down to like 80%, and you say something, they're still so a bit dumb and a bit, they can't listen properly, and they can't take in what you're saying, and they've got the filter that everything Dave says is shit. They've got all that going on, so you're having to battle against that, so you're wasting your time. Like someone else said, you can't win an argument with an idiot, so keep the good shit to yourself, but you could say the most cool stuff and it would just, someone would be like, talk slower, and it's like, what? As Michelangelo Beto said, you know, when folk were saying to him, oh, you play too fast, and he was like, fuck you, you play too slow, fuck you. That kind of thing, you know. So I think that's what was evidenced on my Facebook there when I was talking about Strava, right? And I'm doing all this fucking content, and again, I'm not even making full effort because I'm like, what's the fucking point? And it's still good. So I'm going, why am I gonna like put my heart and soul like I used to do and craft stuff to put up for folk to go, duh. Like, they didn't even know what's good, right? So I just put 50% in, still good, and he's still no interested. So I then said on the Strava, I'm like, you've got a soul and a brain, and my reputation precedes me, in other words. At least on my Strava, I've got like 31 followers, right? They all get me. They all know what I'm doing is quality. Not only with the training, but with the content. The content, some of it is pretty cool. Well, it's not all of it. I do these wee 30-second, and again, there's more content than I can put up. Sometimes, like that thing with the thing that I was doing on the road, doing the Braveheart speech, you know, it's just like having fun with it, and it's like, yeah. And you put it up, and folk are getting it. They get it. It's just like going shaking off to get the energy out, so you can put in a good ride, and you know, entertainment. It's all the same shit, you know, entertainment, cycling. And it's quite funny to share it and put it on your Strava because they get it. They're liking it. So my point is, I said it spilled out onto Strava because I'm just like, fuck, has anybody got it? Why have I not got 1,000 followers? Come on, I might not be, but at least what I'm doing is certainly pretty top amateur level aspiring guy. You know, there must be other, and there are other folk out there that would appreciate it. It's just it's not getting promoted, it's not getting marketed. But as I say, when I turn up at the National, if I do well, even if I get a top 10, that's when the strike while iron's hot. That's what I've discovered what these people do, right? What they do is they bang out their content. It's timing, just like what I did with that thing. It was like a one-hit wonder, I suppose. I've had a few other hits, but it was the one with the thing that I did after the hill climb, where I did the Muckleton Hill, and that was, it came from the universe. It was like, I didn't make that. It was like, I get it. That's what you do. It was all the work and all the wee clips, and that's what you do. Element of surprise, data footage, but banging the other stuff to elements, and it was a boom. They all got it, and I was sitting there live. I posted it the day after the hill climb. Timing's everything, and I got new subs from it, and it got like 1,500 views, but I could see the views climbing as I'm sitting at the computer. It's quite exciting. It's like, oh wow, finally I've got a hit. It was quite cool. Like, other cyclists got it. It was like, wow, and they're like, genius, sensational. It's like, well, I'm not genius. It's just I knew it worked. It's just like letting the thing make itself, and it was good. So the point is, I turn up at the National, make a video the day after it and make it good, make it next level shit, and to some extent plan that. Be a wee bit targeted, like have all the wee clips and do something that's a bit different, because that's why that one worked. It wasn't just like commentary with POV boring that everyone does. Do something different to be unique. That's a double-edged sword. You can be seen as crazy. What the fuck's this bullshit? But on the other side of the sword, if you like, other side of the coin, someone will go, that's wow, but you got to make it work. That was the point. That one did work. So the other ones, that's my point. If I turn up at the National and I do that, it's all timing. So it would be the day after it. It would have to be day after the National. Maybe get a top 10, and you've got to, again, first 30 seconds. That's the classic thing. You bang them with some boom. You can't argue with that type content. I've done that in some of my videos where you go boom, boom, boom. All the elements are up there, and all together it goes boom. You can't argue with it. It pulls them in. So if I did that, I think that would work. That's if I'm no fucking exasperated with the whole fucking thing. But again, to quote Noel Gallagher, he says, I'm enjoying it. I think I know what I like. So that's the most important thing. Pleasing yourself, you can't lose. You know, don't really sell out in it. Again, watching that punk band for Glasgow, it's quite good. It was funny. It made me laugh. It was like, that's real. You know, people can sense the real for the bullshit. If you're not being real, the thing is, you can be real all you want, but if no one's seeing it, then they kind of get the chance to connect with it. But I know I am that top aspiring amateur cyclist, and there's loads of the other ones out there. So I just have to fucking talk, just like I'm doing now. What I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. So folk will relate to it, and you throw in a bit of comedy, and don't even try to be funny, just be mental, just blah 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 blah, like you're on cocaine, you know, and maybe some, because you know, they will relate to what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get back to the, just in closing, let's talk about the cycle up to Glasgow. We did 20 mile an hour, and then we went up the 82 the other day, and the plan was, again, it's all personal improvement. It's all personal improvement. So the ride before in the 82 was like 20.7 mile an hour. This time 21.1 mile an hour. So it was a wee bit windy in the way back. So we couldn't get to 21.5 mile an hour, but 21.1 mile an hour was kind of respectable. So it was quite cool. And more exciting than that, you know, fuck the improvements, although that's good, was more the fun of it. And again, that speaks to you're not going to get better unless you're enjoying the whole thing. You're not going to really, if it's all a big struggle. That's the illusion. Folk might go, sit on the sidelines and go, wow, that's so admirable what you're doing. You don't actually realise it's like to quote Arnie, you're coming the whole time, yeah. It's like an endorphin. Okay, it's difficult to get yourself moving sometimes, but once you're doing it, you're like, this is so fucking worth it, because it's a buzz, isn't it? With all the traffic, you feel like you're part of this fucking festival every time you're out, especially with the traffic. If you're up for it, it's just like, it's quite fun. So there was a guy yesterday, and for example, it's shouting out his window, because you can see me in the Larry gear and you're going full pelt, and there's this guy shouting out his window, and oh come on, you know, it's stuff like that. So that's, again, going back to what I was saying before about keeping the eye on the positives and the folk that you look up to, your Evel Knievels and your other, you know, folk like that. You keep your eye on that, you know. When you're out on the bike doing the thing, remember the positives. When you didn't feel like doing it, remember the encouragements. But this is the other thing about elevating to a good level, where I'm so immersed in the thing. I'm so in a zone when I'm doing it. It's so much fun. It's such a buzz. So much fun when you're fit. It looks like a computer game, and you can play with it. And then it's like, well, I decide when the pain comes. The pain doesn't really come to me, because you're already feeling good. So it's just like, I'll push it. The pain doesn't really feel like pain when you're going fast. It feels like a pleasure pain, you know. So that's what I mean. It's easy. It's kind of easy. To quote you, Alex, when you were saying before about making it. This is the thing about like you, right? What you've done. When you were talking about content creation, you were saying it's easy. It's actually easy. And it really is. It's just getting out your own way and fucking doing it. I mean, just simple ideas, you know. And that kind of is like the training as well. I'm discovering, not that I didn't ken how to cycle properly before, but I'm just discovering how to do it well without particularly trying. Obviously, it's, once you're fit, you go, right, and then it asks you to go, right, well, you're good, Dave, right, you're actually getting fit now, so it's asking you to, right, fucking punish yourself. But as I say, the punishment feels like, it's like the pain cave. It's exactly what that is. It's a pain cave. You're playing with the furniture, and you're going, you're going, and especially, and it's a great motivation when you see the results improving. That makes you want to love the pain more, you know. And that's essentially what all art is, isn't it? All art is about, you know, it's like what Drew was saying. He was talking about, he's not the first person to have said it, is it? But it's just like, you know, transmuting the pain and making something beautiful out of it. And to quote myself, you know, I think I've created some beautiful art pieces in the form of bike rides. As Bill Hicks said, it's all the fucking same thing, isn't it? It's all, you're painting a picture, really. You're playing with a game. And this is the thing, like, you look at other, I've slagged folk off for playing computer games and stuff, but you go, that's their thing. Why am I going to, I don't think I'm better than anyone else just because I'd do this thing. Gaming is hardcore if you're good at it, you know. Same with anything, music production, any of this stuff. It's all the same thing, isn't it? Getting it your own way and enjoying the process, doing it, knowing what you're doing, discovering new things, and this is the point where you're immersed in the process. You discover, you know, you've had so many, in inverted commas, failures that you know that gives you the reference point for when you know that it's going well, which is why, as I say, I'm so excited now to be fit, because of the process to get back up there and right up there where back where I was before, but I'm not making some of the mistakes that I made before, you know, overtraining. Now it's about going with the flow and letting it come to me kind of thing. It's like, oh, just warm my way into it, enjoy the fucking thing, and then when we're feeling good, we'll fucking go there and fucking massacre. But again, it's in the pursuit of results. And you didn't do that all the time, you only do that once or twice a week. So it's actually easier now, you see what I mean? The 80-20 rule, mostly going easy. So it's easier, you go intelligently rather than training smarter rather than harder. It's easier now to get fit. And again, when you're at this fit level, it's funny because it's when you're at this level of fitness, it's actually exponential in a sense. Your improvement becomes exponential because you go, I'm fit, therefore I recover quicker, so I can train harder, longer. Ironically, despite the fact that you don't want to train harder, longer, you want to train smarter, pick your battles, like, you know when to hold them and when to, you know, like the gambler in it. You gotta know when to hold them, and then you gotta know while you're sitting at the table, and know when the race is run and you're done, and then when to and have a jobby and all that. So, but anyway, thanks for tuning in, Alex. I better get to work, but it's always a pleasure talking to you. See, when I'm at your house, Alex, it always stimulates my mind because you're an intelligent person. It always I'll just pay tribute to you in this day, right? You've actually stimulated, you've helped me with just hanging about with folk that are better than you. No better, but better in certain, you know, knowledge of music, knowledge of this and that, and just being on the same page, like at least being passionate about some of the same things. We're passionate about some of the same. I mean, you might not ride a bike, but you're still passionate about the same things that I am. You know your music genres intimately, right? And you know what you like, you know what you don't like, and you know what, and you know what you think's cool. And some of the things you've said about, like, it's easy. That's kind of enabled me. You've been a motivational speaker with me. It's funny. It's funny. You've been just two guys hanging out and just saying fuck all. It was actually quite good, isn't it? But know that a fucking friendship or whatever is all about the creative thing. But I'm quite immersed in some of the things that I'm doing, so that's been quite important because I want to get better at what I'm doing, and that's what you're like. So. But like I say, you've said some kind of genius, kind of insightful things like like it's easy, in other words. And some of the tunes that you've put on as well, some of the you're keyed in. You'd make a great DJ because you can tune into the energy. That's you're like a fucking shaman, big man, right? So you can tune into the energy. You know what? You can sense. So with your knowledge of music, you bang a tune and go, that was a great. That's a great tune to play, you know. To kind of, and I try and do that as well. Sometimes I try and the zeitgeist, right? And me talking about making content creation and getting it better, right? And being successful in the world as it is now. That you've got to really be connected to the zeitgeist, haven't you? That's a skill as well. There's a whole load of things, isn't it? Like good songs. Why did that become big? It was just a perfect storm, innit? It's, you know. That's what I've discovered with my shit. I think, maybe in closing, right, the reason why a lot of my content now isn't connecting is because, as I said, again, you've got to know your own worth. I'm speaking some important, cool stuff and with what I'm doing, but I'm really divorced from the world. The brightness went down on the fucking thing, and so we only got 5%, so the window changed, so that's why it paused. But anyway, just finished this before the phone runs out of power. Connecting with I've been divorced from the world because I've travelled up my backside to focus on what I'm trying to do. So maybe, speaking to the zeitgeist thing, maybe that's why it hasn't connected, because we seem to be, let's just look at the town. I can only see what I can see in my local community, right? There seems to be a kind of zombified, kind of low level, so my content just isn't connecting. If you then zoom out and say if that's the state of the collective wider, that they didn't have a thirst for that. They didn't have a thirst for someone like being really on point and really being connected with different things. They go, he's fucking crazy, to quote Robin your psychotic episodes. So I think we're in it for the long game, aren't we? So we didn't really care about what this person or that person thinks, because if I get 2 or 3 views, who gives a fuck? It builds me up, and I'm getting better all the time. The folk on my Strava, again, they're like-minded into what they're doing, and I didn't even need to try to make good videos. I could put 10 videos up and it'd be scratching the surface, and they'd all go boom, right to the heart. Woo! I just do wee clips and put music in, didn't do music, the wee motivational things, and they get them, so that build. So in closing, my YouTube channel's not blown up at all, because I'm just so fucking good, and the audience can't handle it because they're a bit duh. Well, that's one man's perspective. It doesn't really work. Oh, the harder you try, the more successful you are. That's bullshit. It's marketing and you know, you got to be relatable. But I think I'm relatable. But you get to a point you go, I don't give a fuck whether I'm relatable, because I like me. I'm fucking buzzing every day. I like who I am. If folk don't like me, fuck you. Folk, this is what I mean. But real life versus online. Real life, I'm getting folks shouting out the windows, and I'm like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traffic on that A82. That makes you feel, that's what life's about. Real life, I'm doing it in the gear, fucking doing it, and then the cars are going, they're slowing down. And a real life connection, right? So online, zero connection, pretty much. So you go, maybe it'll come full, you know, maybe it'll come full. Maybe I didn't need online success, because success in real life will trump that. Every time, you know. So, but anyway, it's been a good wee couple of days training there. We're getting faster, we're getting fitter, and this shit's worked. So everything including everything in moderation, including moderation. So I'm going to get in sober this week, but it's a training tool. Really, it's not even a joke. That back in the day, the pros in the 80s, they would be swilling like glasses of wine. They'd be hopping on trains to cheat. Back in the like early days of the Tour de France, they'd be like hopping on trains and all sorts of shit to cheat and try and find an advantage. They'd be drinking glasses of wine, and it was like amphetamines, cocaine, all that, all different, whatever they were all cheating all the time. So this isn't cheating if it's in training. It's just like a stimulant. I mean, it's as I say, to quote, is it Doppler effect, Alex? With that, I'm a scientist conducting. Is it them that do that song? I don't know, but that's essentially what it is. You're a scientist all the time, looking down at you, going, let's play with this. Let's take this booze and see what the zone is like. Oh, and the other day when I was tired, exhausted, and I was doing that 40-miler. I took one of these, really tired. I really didn't know what to do this, but I have to do it. Hot day. Took one of those, and I'm like half an hour in. It was like, oh, lightheaded, oh, and it's like that's pushing the boundaries. I felt I was gonna faint, but I just eased my way into it. It's all you're playing with the plasticine ball zone. You know, that's interesting, isn't it? But essentially, we've been easing off, and it's like when you know the folk make the carpets, you've got to have the flooring, and after like 10 meters they've got to put in a spacer. It's kind of like that with the train. You've got to take time out, and because you didn't want it to buckle up and came with the moisture and all whatever. Blah, blah, blah. So Eiffel Tower, Jobbies, and Leonard Cohen, and thanks for tuning in, Alex. Yes, it's Doppler effect. Yeah, there you go. DJ Hell was playing one of his albums starts with that Doppler effect track that I put in one of the things. That was quite cool. But it's that kind of level of it, isn't it? That's that kind of level of perspective in it with what you're doing. You know, like self-indulgent. You're going, no, I've got a perspective on this, and that's what makes it fascinating, isn't it? And whatever, I think I'll get to work and see you soon, Alex. Thanks for tuning in, and stay black.